All right. Hey, it's Paul Salo from Bitcoin Skeptics, and I'm here with Carson Knuth. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Pretty good. All right, we're here in the what is this?
The Venetian Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah, this place is awesome, man.
Yeah, pretty cool, right?
You're gonna see a few boats coming by here in a few minutes, every few minutes. You gonna do some singing for us, or?
Not today. Maybe next time. So.
All right, tell us. So tell me about the Bitcoin scene down here. Tell us about Leet coin, or however you want to start. Introduce yourself.
Cool. Yeah. So the first time I heard about Bitcoin was probably about 2 years ago, and one of our good friends told me that I should get into the Bitcoin scene. It was about $1, I think, the price at the time, and I was like, fake money? What is that? No,
yeah,
I'll pass. And
$1, man.
Yeah.
Waste $1 on Bitcoin.
Yeah, who would ever want that? So I passed, and then once it hit about $20, I was like, maybe this is something I should look into. And so ever since then, I sort of got into the scene and was interested in like what's going on in Las Vegas with it and potential applications, especially like with casinos and whatnot. So.
Right. So it was you got into the Bitcoin scene in Las Vegas.
Right. Yeah. There's quite a big scene. I think we have over 60 merchants in Las Vegas that accept Bitcoin here. I do pretty much everything I need in Las Vegas. Get my hair cut for Bitcoin. When I had to qualify for my house,
wow.
They took a statement from my Bitcoin wallet. They saw that and they approved me based on like the value of my Bitcoin. So yeah, it's pretty unique. So.
Wow, that was a bank.
Bank, the home people. I forget what it was. My wife did it. Yeah, they just needed to balance to see that we made enough money because I'm self-employed. So
wow.
I don't have pay stubs or anything like that. So.
Right. So tell me about your company and your role in the company and what you guys do. And
so I have a company called LeetCoin.com, and we're a competitive gaming platform. We let people play their favorite video games for Bitcoin. We have League of Legends, the world's most popular game. We support that. So it's like an online poker model just applied to video games. You come with your money, I come with mine, and then the winner takes the pot. So my co-founder, Kingsley, he came to me with the idea, and he was like, I would love to make a living playing video games. And so we sort of came up with this concept, and it just sort of spiraled from there, if you will. So that's sort of what it is.
Wow. So what percentage does the house take? How does it work? If someone wants to play a game on LeetCoin.com, and let's spell it out, L-E-E-T.
Yeah.
Coin.
Yeah, Leet coin. And it's not an alt currency. We use Bitcoin. We utilize Bitcoin on the site. Leet in gamer speak just means elite. So, so let's say you and I were playing a first-person shooter game.
Yeah.
Call of Duty, something of that nature, Halo. We play $1 a kill, so every single time you get killed, I take your $1, and our company takes, a rake, like 2%, so you make 98 cents, and I lose $1, if you kill me. So, just back and forth until either you run out of money or you're made enough money for your entire month's expenses.
Wow, wow. How do you guys get new players, and how do you what's your what do you guys do?
Marketing.
Whatever?
A lot of it's online right now. We're moving, mostly through like Reddit and social media. We're still in open beta, so we're not to like full-blown stages yet. But as we move forward, we'll be pushing it more through traditional media markets like print media, advertising, and like even TV. Las Vegas has a lot of interest in our product because they're losing money for like people that play slots. They're not really too interested, and people in our generation aren't that interested in playing slots for the rest of their life. So they feel like our product is like sort of the next step. Like casinos can make money off of it. So there's a big overlap between what we're doing and the future of gaming in general. So,
wow, okay. So you're bringing in the younger people. What's the average age? What kind of people you find is the most popular?
This is, gaming in general is like 12 to 30. I think is 34. I think is the general demographic.
Right.
But Our people that use our platform are usually a little bit older, 25, people in the Bitcoin crowd. But we're trying to push out and introduce Bitcoin to the people, other gamers.
Right. How does it work? Let's say somebody has just never used Bitcoin before and they want to, play one of your games. What do they do? Do they use Circle to exchange the money, or how do you guys?
We recommend Circle because it's so easy to get Bitcoin, and then you would come with your Bitcoin and just come to our platform, deposit a little or a lot, play, and then you can just, as soon as you're done playing that game, it goes back into your account. You can either transfer it out or leave it in. We use blockchain.
Blockchain info? Okay.
Blockchain.info to keep ledger and things like that. So, yeah, it's pretty standard.
Okay, so it's not an exchange where you keep the money you keep the private keys. You actually just quickly transfer it back to the gamers.
We have an account, people have their own account on the website, but they can keep transferring money or Bitcoin in and out, whenever they feel comfortable. Most players transfer in about, somewhere around $50 to $100 in their initial deposit, but that's, feel free to deposit, 1 penny if that's what you're comfortable with. And, they'll just keep it on there and use it as they play games, and either take it out as they need it for other things in life, or add more if they want to, if they've lost some money. So.
Right. Tell me about Bitcoin and gambling and gaming in general.
Okay.
What's basically going on with Bitcoin and gaming? I got a friend with a Bitcoin gaming site that seems to be doing well in Tokyo.
Yeah. A lot of people think Bitcoin is the best thing for casino games. I mean, it's universal currency. There's no restrictions on it, and it's so easy to use once, in a gaming center, and it's easy to keep track of. There's no cheating that can be applied. Everything's public. On the blockchain you can see everything, and so that has a lot of appeal for gamers. They like to make sure that the odds are good, that everything's on the up and up, and with Bitcoin that's a huge plus. And obviously everyone knows that.
It's a massive plus, massive plus. So, but I wouldn't say everybody knows that. A lot of people, are not going to really understand. That Bitcoin gaming, you can see all the transactions on the blockchain, totally transparent.
Right.
Whereas here in the casino, we're in the Venetian right now in Las Vegas. Yeah, we're here in Las Vegas at the Venetian, and in the Venetian, there's no transparency at all.
Yeah.
You can't see how much you bet, how much they took, what the costs are for anything. There's no information at all. Whereas with your site, it's very transparent.
Yeah, I mean, people can come in and obviously we keep the ledger, but you can see all the transactions on the blockchain and see where the money's going and whatnot, and that has a lot of appeal for us as we are always striving for more transparency in general, and it gives players that extra confidence. I think that their money is being treated respectfully, and we want to be as honest as possible about the process. So. Yeah.
Who is the for online gaming with Bitcoin? Who do you think is the Steve Jobs or the Steve Wynn? I was just over at the Wynn and watching the opening of Showstoppers, which is a fantastic musical. Highly recommend it. It's all the best songs from each musical. And I was thinking, we went to the interview after with Steve Wynn, and I was watching him. I was thinking, that's when I thought of the question. I thought, who is the Steve Wynn of online gaming, and what is it going to take online gaming big, so that the average person uses it? So kids in their bedroom and adults are doing. Well, what is the tipping point, do you think? Who is the leader? And
honestly, we sort of feel like we're at the forefront. A lot of the old other casino games are just other Bitcoin casino type games are all recycled. I mean, they've all been done before. I mean, whether it's dice games, card games. At the end of the day, that's just what they are. It's just utilizing Bitcoin. We sort of feel like we're sort of like a pioneer, if you will, in the field. I mean, we're allowing people to play their favorite video games for money, and that's never really been done before in any sense. So we feel like this is going to be a game changer. Younger people are growing up playing games, they're growing up familiar with digital currency, and this is sort of just a merging of both of those fields, and if you ask me, it's a perfect marriage. So we feel like we're sort of the future of gaming, if you will. So.
Right. Is there like, I don't know the guy's name, the kid's name, but there's like kids who, they do like toys online. They have a lot of videos online. And my friend's kids are always watching this guy. I don't know his name, but it's like he reviews toys, and he's a little kid too.
Yeah.
And so everybody loves it. Is there somebody in your bracket, legal gaming age, that plays games and is like getting really popular? Do people watch other people game, or is it just for doing it yourself?
Yeah. Well, no one's really doing like the playing games for money in like a gaming sense. There are like professional gaming competitions where like teams compete against each other. The game League of Legends had a tournament in South Korea recently called Worlds. It was like the World Championship, and it was in the World Cup stadium there. And they filled that entire thing up, and I think like 50 or 60,000 people showed up just to watch two teams play League of Legends. So obviously there's a market for it, and that's live. There's millions of people every day that tune in to watch people play video games from across the world. So, and here in the States, ESPN3 was broadcasting some of the bigger esports tournaments, like the electronic sports, like the gaming tournaments. So there's just a huge market, and we sort of feel, like betting is the next step. I mean, sports betting is huge in Las Vegas and all over the world. Bet on your favorite team, bet against them, try to make some money. It's going to be the same way with sports, like electronic sports. So.
Right. How would somebody get started? Like, say the first time they want to go to your site, they want to what do they need to do? They need to go to, explain it really simple and really clear. What do people need to do to like, let's say somebody wants to bet $5, they want to play some games. Okay. How do they start?
So you start, if you have Bitcoin, it's really simple. You just deposit.
Let's assume they don't have Bitcoin.
Okay. So if you don't have Bitcoin, go to Circle or Coinbase. There's a lot of sites. At our website, we recommend different places to buy it at different exchanges, depending on your location, whatever country you're in, to make it as seamless as possible. So once you have Bitcoin, then you come back to our site, deposit like $5 into your account. You create an account, you deposit that in there, and then you pick what game you're going to play. If you play League of Legends, let's say you pick that, deposit $2 on a game, or $1, or 2 cents. That's the beauty of Bitcoin.
So it's not based on what the other person's betting, or how does that work?
So you have to find a match that there's an agreement on the bet level. So if you play for $1 for a match and I put up $1, then we find each other. It's easy to find games that are existing people waiting for other people to play. We have a chat log on there, so you can sort of negotiate if you want to have a custom game. Once you find the game, you join the game, you commit your money to the game, you join it. It's what we call join. And then you start the match, you play the match, and then we verify the match results when it's done and pay you out accordingly to winners and losers. So, and that's the simplicity of it. And then the money's back in your account, and you can leave it on the website or take it.
Wow.
So fairly simple, and we're working to streamline the process. Eventually, it will be just 1 or 2 clicks, and you're good to go. But it's getting gaming companies to work with us, and a lot of them see the potential. So we're really excited about the future.
Right. Right. Very cool. How do you say online gaming in Korean?
Online gaming.
Really? That would be very similar to Japanese. Yeah. They like using katakana. Right?
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Well, one thing we have in common is I lived in Japan for 16 years and then China for 10 years. And Carson also lived in Korea and speaks Korean. So that's what we were just talking before the thing. That's something that very few people I meet have in common that I meet here.
Yeah, especially, right?
Yeah,
it's really cool. I mean, I love the Asian cultures, and there's a lot to learn from them, especially in the States. So.
Absolutely. This could go very big in Asia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you looking for investors, or how do you?
We're always looking for investors. We're looking for people with strategic partnerships, if you will.
Yeah.
So we're open for a lot of different questions or information. We're not tied to one specific thing. We're not only looking for angel investors or seed money. We are, open. Our platform has a lot of ability to sort of change to fit different people's needs. So it's the beauty of it.
Right. What do you see as the future? What's looking down the road a couple of years? What do you see
for ourselves? For our
company? Yeah. For the customers or for yourself? Or?
I think we'll see a big shift in I guess gaming and sports in general. Like I said, esports is becoming a huge thing, especially with concussion concerns with traditional sports in the U.S. A lot of parents, like growing up, my parents were always like, "Hey, stop playing video games. You can't make a living out of it." But we sort of see that changing. Like now you can. So
wow.
We sort of see like poker. Like 10, 15 years ago was a huge thing online before it was sort of shut down by the U.S. until they figure out how to regulate it. And we sort of see this filling that void for the next generation. So becoming a giant worldwide success.
Wow. Do people need to speak English to use your game? I mean, do they need to communicate in English, or how about language ability? What's necessary?
I mean, for the most part, you just play the game according to whatever language you're in. I mean, like we've had people use our site from Europe, Asia, the U.S. all at the same time. Different games. So it's not super specific. Like in language. As you get into like more high stakes games and teams, I mean, I think the ability to communicate is huge. So that's an advantage, but it's not a requirement at all. So.
Wow, I could see being very popular would be like China versus Japan teams.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or like China versus the U.S. for some, a specific game. And
yeah, and
we could arrange something like that.
We would love that. I mean, the opportunities are like, endless. So.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add in there?
No, I mean, just come check us out, leetcoin.com, and thanks for the opportunity.
All right. So thanks for listening. This is Paul from Bitcoin Skeptics, and we're here in Las Vegas, and we're moving on to Oregon tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching, and go to our site, bitcoinskeptics.com. Check out our latest thing, or see us on iTunes, and subscribe. And if you like it, like it. All right. Thank you very much. Okay.
Go Bitcoin.
Okay. Okay. See you later. Good night.